the first of many engagements we're going to have in here. And I thought with the state of the nation today is no time to waste, get to work immediately. As we've indicated earlier, we're going to be signing a number of well, this is going to be the first of many engagements we're going to have in here. And I thought with the state of the nation today is no time to waste, get to work immediately. As we've indicated earlier, we're going to be signing a number of executive orders over the next several days to week. And I'm going to start today. The compounding crisis of COVID-19, along with the economic crisis following that, and climate crisis, racial equity issues, and, you know, some of the executive actions I'm going to be signing today are going to help change the course of the COVID crisis. And we're going to combat climate change in a way that we haven't done so far, and advance racial equity and support other underserved communities. We're going to rebuild our economy as well. And these are just all starting points. We're going to, in the process of rebuilding the economy, do what I said throughout the campaign and while running rebuild the backbone of the country, middle class. And so there's going to be a lot of focus on that. And I think some of the things we're going to be doing are going to be bold and vital. And there's no time to start like today. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm proud of today's executive actions. I'm going to start by keeping the promises I made to the American people. Long way to go. These are just executive actions. They are important, but we're going to need legislation for a lot of the things we're going to do. And the first order I'm going to be signing here relates to COVID, and it's requiring, as I said all along, where I have authority, mandating masks be worn, social distancing be kept on federal property, on interstate commerce, etc. So this is the first one I'm signing. And the second one I'm signing here is the support for underserved communities, and we're going to going to make sure we have some bedrock equity, equality as relates to how we treat people and health care and other things. And we'll give you copies of these executive orders. And the third one I'm going to sign, and that's what I'm going to do while you're all here, is the commitment I made that we're going to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord as of today.
Mr. President? Mr. President?
Please, guys. You guys, let's go. Please, let's go.
The President wrote a very generous letter. It's because it was private. I will not talk about it until I talk to him, but it was generous.
There's a few things I notice when I slow the footage down or record bits, but if you put that line on his head about there's a younger man there. It's only when you see the other part of his head you think he's much older, and when you see his face, then his hands then fit into the age of this person. Is it him? Anyway, yeah, his hands. You know, I'm not saying that they haven't shown his hands older, but at this moment in this footage, that's his hands. And, you know, people who are older have different, you know, we change as we get older. Different types of hands. Get a phone call. Anyway, it's one of those numbers I don't know, so I'm not answering. Anyway, here we are, back at him, signing at the desk. And his hands, I'm sorry, I'm not even going to blow them up. You can see that they're not an 80-year-old man's hands. They're not like those photographs at all. Look at his hands. I already told you, if you knock off the top of his head to his eyebrows, then you get a much younger man. It's only his high forehead and the white hair that makes you think he's older. The whole point about this is it's almost impossible to do what she's doing when she bends her finger back, right? It is impossible, right? For most of us, to even comprehend. Yes, if you've got that. A couple of people wrote whatever it is, syndrome, that's what it is, it's a syndrome. Then yes, maybe you can, but what people are forgetting is I've slowed this footage right down. I've completely slowed it down, so it is done a lot quicker. And if you have, most people, even though they can do it, will have to push their finger and then push it back. She does not push her finger back. I mean, look at that. And then what people didn't seem to gather was, look at her finger. Her finger has now turned into, a toe with a toenail on it. She's gone from a painted finger to a toe. Now I think, there you go. Anyway, and also that finger, which is completely bent back, is then wrapping itself round her finger. I've never seen anything like it. But at full speed, you just don't see it. So this is why I slowed it down, because it looked pretty strange to me. Slowing it down, blowing it up. Oh look, she's got Chris Watts' thumb. Do you see that? Anyway, it does take a bit of the clarity, I do know it. But look, just here, we have now lost a painted fingernail, and it is turned into a toenail. A toe with a nail on it. And it's brown. Why would they want to do this to people? Just say these, well, I am saying this is not correct, manipulated, made up, this footage, these footages are wrong. But why would they want to add these extra bits in? Why would they want to do this? Are they really taking the mickey out of us that much? Because that's all I can see is that they know that we're that stupid, we're not going to notice. A toe turns up in the footage and her finger becomes a toe. Brown, ugly. Nothing like her painted nails. But you didn't see it. Because they're banking on you not noticing all these problems. I suggest everybody slow the footage down, because a lot of people have changed their minds now about what they're watching. But do you see how that finger wraps round that toenail? Look at that. I mean, just look at it. Why do this to someone? Please. Why are they doing this? It's just horrible. But he isn't. I don't know. Anyway, looking at it, that's what it looks like. And then, you know, when I look at the hands, look at them. I mean, he gets this big finger here, look. This obviously means something. It wasn't that finger, it was that finger. And then, they're not very good at hands. What's that? You know, this man who's got young hands. Anyway, this bit's about, it just doesn't sit right on his head. It just doesn't look right. I can see it when it's playing. A lot of us are not looking at these things and thinking, hey, that doesn't quite look right. Oh, but then we get to see nearly all of his nose. Oh, we get to see all of his nose now. But then we don't. Then we do, and then we don't. Then we do, then we don't. And look at his hand. With the big dumpy fingers. Suddenly. Do, don't, do, don't. Look at that big finger. You could say that's his thumb and his finger together, but I'm sorry, it looks like a big... We had this with Shanann Watt. She had a toenail as a finger. Look at his hands. And is he signing anything? Well, they were never going to show us, but I suppose if you saw the header bar, whatever he's talking about, then you'd feel a bit happier. But looks, I thought maybe these bits there were words to start with, but they're not. No, they're not. That's a shadow. There is writing right down there, or there is something down there on the corner. You can't see anything, can you? Look at that. That doesn't look right. Look at that. Wow, it just amazes me that we could, like, not see this before. It's all just ridiculous. Anyway, he's just not there. This is just all virtual reality. Look at the way his hand is. Look at that. With the big finger. Got a big finger. There you go. But actually, I want to look at his hands. Where have we got it? There. Anyway, thanks for watching. What's your thoughts?